SNwadiei family. I'm SNwadiei. I'm Habasia, helping your brothers and sisters in Africa. And no, I'm not in the motherland yet, y'all. But I'm in one of my favorite places in Galveston, which is like a little nature area. I don't know what I'll see from time to time coming. The last time I came, I saw fish that you had to take your time and just look at. And now this time I saw they had some birds, so I say if I walk really slow, maybe I'll be able to catch them before they fly away. But anyway, guys, enjoy. I have lots to talk to you about today, but let's just start off with some fun, relaxing stuff. Like I say, you can find nature everywhere. No matter where you are in this world, you can find peace. You just have to look for it. Yes, the peace that you find, you have to first start within you. And here, within you. So hold on, I'll turn this camera around. Okay, guys. Whoever been following me, I know y'all would recognize this place. And yeah, the last time I came, it was a little cloudy too. But that's okay, y'all. Doesn't matter, it's still nice. It's one of the wetlands in Galveston. And I try my best to show y'all the beauty in it. So if I can edit out something that's not so cool, like excess trash, yes, I will. Because that's something that we as humans, we created and we can take care of. But you see all this wetland area, how this grass growing, that helps with the flooding. You see these birds, y'all? I was quiet enough that I'm capturing them. Hope y'all enjoying watching some of this natural beauty. Just in case y'all never get to come to Galveston and see this spot, most tourists will never see it because they don't know it's here. In fact, I didn't know it was here on this side anyway. I never really stopped and came on this side until the last time when I showed y'all this area. But this is one of the wetlands in Galveston that helps with our flooding issues. So it all works together, y'all. Time I came, they had fish jumping out the water, but I think maybe if they jump out the water this time, these birds gonna have news for them. But anyway, it's just beautiful, y'all. Gotta let y'all see a little bit more. Letting y'all see as close as I can, but I feel safe. There's nobody else out here, but it's lovely. I don't even remember it being this pretty last time, so I must have really been worried about it raining on me because it was more cloudy, and this grass grew more since I left, you know. But it's so pretty. Last time I was noticing all of the wildflowers growing, but this time it's not as many wildflowers. I guess they did cut it, and this thing is just some of the branches that's on the side of the wetland area. It's not that big, but it's like a close-up, y'all. It's just a camera phone, so I'm trying my best for y'all to see some detail the best I can by just having it on perspectives, because it's all about your perspective. Do you want to share a good story, or do you want to ruin it by focusing in on the trash that's around? Because gotta remember the trash around had to do with some person coming around here. There's planes overhead. Yeah, any trash that we see is because somebody came down here or up there and decided to throw that trash down. So it's not part of the nature preserve. Because the natural element, everything that comes in nature, is biodegradable, including us. But anyway, how are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing just fine. And I sure hope all of this comes out in a cool way where y'all can appreciate the beauty of what's here. And hopefully y'all just meditate while y'all watching this. Because I'm telling y'all, it's taking me to another space. Like they say, take me to another place. That's how I feel when I'm in natural elements like this. Like I said, I do not remember these trees being here last time. So maybe I'm at a different little section of this lake. I think so. Maybe I am at a different section of the lake. So I am in the same area, but a little bit different section of this same woodlands area. Because now I see that little vendor area up there. That's actually where I was last time. So they parked in the same spot. And now I remember seeing that big tourist condo building. So yeah, I was just a little bit further up the road at the same area. So maybe I'll just walk down a little bit farther on this nature walk where y'all can see the other part of the wetlands too. So I'm glad that I actually discovered a new part. Well, it's not a new part, but a new to me. Yeah. So this is new to me for the first time, as well as sharing it with you guys. So let me see the birds again, and all the trees that I didn't remember before because they wasn't here, y'all. Because I wasn't here, but they were here. But like they say, it's a matter of perspective. It's like I did not see them. So inside our heads, if we don't see it, it doesn't exist. You know, that's how we've been programmed. If we don't see it, it doesn't exist. So just imagine a movie that somebody creates. You only see in a movie what they want you to see in the camera. That studio is all an illusion, guys. In fact, they can make stuff on a green screen that doesn't exist at all. So just think about that when y'all are recording on what you want to show people. You want to give them some minutes of happiness, or do you just want to take the peace they have away from them? You want to rob them of the peace that they have. Me, I would rather try to share some peace with you. And say, peace unto you. I remember that when I used to go to different spiritual venues. They would say, peace be with you. And you would say, and also with you. So guys, I'm telling y'all, peace be subscribe to my channel if you have not. Yeah, guys, subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you a dime. So, what you waiting on, y'all? What you waiting on? Now, this is the area that I remember coming at first. When I first noticed this area, you see, it's a little dry. But when it was flooded, this area floods when it rains a lot. And so that day that I came to show y'all the first wetlands, that part actually was blocked off. Yeah, blocked off by the city of Galveston. Because they didn't want anybody going around getting their car flooded and getting them flooded or drowned out. Okay, y'all, so this is where I took y'all last time. Okay, here you go. There's a seagull. I know a lot of y'all know about seagulls, but some folks don't. Not everybody lives by the sea. I'm not going to assume that everybody is the same and everybody has the same experiences, because I know that's not true. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the bird. It's just chilling out. And y'all see that it took me just a couple minutes to get to this other part of the woodlands area. And that is the building that I saw last time. So anyway, guys, here is the beautiful pond I looked at the other day that actually had fish just jumping out of the water. And today, who knows, maybe no fish will jump out. And that's okay, because all I'm doing today is letting y'all see how the area itself looks before I get into the subject matter today, because I don't even know. I gotta go somewhere. I'll see if I can go further down the road and just walk around and talk to y'all, or just sit down on a bench, because I have some stuff to talk about. But I just thought I'd share some of this with y'all, because this is what I needed, and I hope that's what y'all need too. Like I said, I'm not going to focus on anything other than telling my story, and hopefully the story helps someone. And even if just sharing this beautiful wetlands location in Galveston, Texas, my hometown. I'm a BOI, what they call born on the island. 'Cause I was born in Galveston. I consider myself a Creole because my heritage is from Louisiana area, where my ancestors were for hundreds of years. It's documented that they were there for hundreds of years. You know, unfortunately during the time of suffering, the time of our troubles, they were there. No, they were not free people of color. And like I said many other times, I don't even know how to free people of color became the free people of color. Okay, I'm going to show y'all this one more time, y'all. And then turn this camera around and do some talking, y'all. Okay, y'all. Yeah, I don't know how the free people of color in Louisiana became the free people of color. It's a whole lot of stories people have put out. And I think it's very interesting, because I think everybody should be able to tell their story. So I'm going to actually start reading more and more of other people's stories. and share some of those stories with y'all. I think I'll share the story of my great-grandparents on my grandfather's side, Anthony Sam. My grandfather was left an orphan with his siblings because his parents were school teachers. And they were living in Texas. And then they had a call to go to Louisiana that they answered. And they did teach there for a while. They went there to help educate the children. And Louisiana is a little backwards, y'all. And then it was even slower than it is now. And my great-grandparents were killed. I don't even know how, because my uncle told me the story. And he's old now, y'all. He like in his 80s, almost 90. And he just knows that my grandfather, his dad, his parents were murdered in Louisiana. So you know how it is. When people want folks to stay ignorant, they attack the teachers, the educators. They destroy the libraries. They burn up the books. That's why I say, don't be so quick to judge someone just because they open up a book and they may know something that you don't know just because they did read something or were exposed to information that you weren't exposed to. If you have an open mind, they may even share that information with you and you can read it for yourself. And this day and age, where they have all this Google and stuff, you pretty much can Google the information for yourself. But some people are so frozen in whatever belief system, even if it was given to them through their ancestors and it was given to them by their colonizers or enslavers or people that so-called conquered the territory. Because as I do more and more research before I speak, I keep seeing civilizations worldwide, not just one specific part of the globe, y'all, worldwide. Lots of times has nothing to do with color. Folks would decide that they're different just because they have a different belief system. They speak a different language. Doesn't matter that they look the same, but one group trying to oppress another group and force their ideology on them. And that's what it's all about. It's about, it's my way or no way, and you gotta go. So I'm telling you, I've been researching about lots of different places, whether it's Ireland, whether it's Britain, whether it's lots of different places in the motherland, including Nigeria. Because y'all know, that was the first place I went to when I was in the motherland. Shout out to Nigeria. A lot of my bloodline is Nigerian. I learned a lot about Nigeria. I learned a lot about the Igbo people from being amongst the Igbo people and living with an Igbo person for years and years. And I research, y'all. I do. I researched about the indigenous people in this country because I thought that's what I was, because that's what my grandmother told me, and I believed her, y'all. She didn't know. She was telling me what she knew. That's all. That's all a person can do, is tell you what they know. You see, I got all this face sweating. But anyway, I'll still finish my story with y'all. People can only share with you what they know. It wasn't that she was just trying to teach me one way. She just thought it was the truth, y'all. She thought that was 100% the truth. You know, I'm trying to make sure I cut this off because I do not want to be pinged for no copyright infringement. But anyway, y'all, like I was saying, don't try to judge somebody just because they may know a little bit more than you. When I was growing up, I'm telling you, even though I grew up Creole, we had so much African retentions. Like I said, even down to my grandmother being named Cora. And we learned about respect for our elders and stuff like that. So, all I can say with being an elder, not everyone studies a lot, but if a person studies a lot, the older they get, if they're well-rounded, they will know more. But a lot of people like to reinforce their belief systems so they can make it stronger. And the only problem I see with that is if it damages the way you interact with other human beings, that you start seeing other human beings as subhumans. So I remember going on a trip. I'm not going to even say to where, but I was with a group. And I was on a bus as one of the chaperones of the kids. And they was looking outside the window and calling people, we'll just say aliens. Because I can't even think of whatever they was talking about, you know. So, whether they was, you know, aliens, we'll just say it was people that didn't look like us. But the thing about it is, they should have been feeling empowered because we were in a country that was ruled by people that did look like us. That everywhere we went, the people that took care of us looked like us. The only thing different is that we spoke a different language. And yes, culturally we had different backgrounds. But their minds had been poisoned by their parents, y'all. They had been indoctrinated. And all of these groups where you see everybody else as an alien. And just focus in on them being exterminated or whatever, and that's not okay. Even if someone's philosophy is correct and that eventually somebody will have genetic annihilation if they don't keep reproducing with people that look like them, that is a choice, y'all. That is part of free will. And it will happen by natural selection. And natural selection is okay. That'll be the survival of the fittest. But just going around visualizing doing stuff to people, who it ends up hurting is you, amongst the people that you visualize and the feelings toward. Because it's okay to have feelings. Feelings are valid, but it's what you do with them. Can you use it for a creative good, or are you using it just to destroy somebody else's peace of mind? Or if they don't have peace of mind to begin with, making them worse. All I can say is, I want to be an instrument of peace, and I do not want to cause harm to anyone. I want to empower my people to self-sufficiency, but I do not want to cripple anybody to think that I want to be anybody's savior, because I don't, and I'm not. I'm nobody's savior. I'm a good cheerleader. I'm a good seed planter. And after I plant my seeds, even in my garden, all I can see is what will grow. I have no idea what seeds are going to take. Doesn't matter how much I spend for those seeds. Some of those seeds not going to grow. And sometimes it's the packaging. The packaging is pretty. That's what you're paying for when you get these expensive seeds. And then you just have to hope that the people put real seeds in there and not duds, And sometimes the people don't even know if the seed's going to be duds. They can just send them in good faith, and you'll just have to wait and see. I have plants growing in my garden now that I hope is the super okra, but I won't know until it sprouts seed. It sprouts a flower, and then I start seeing the okra plant itself growing. Guys, I'm going to put this on hold for a minute, because there's something else I want to share with you guys that's on my heart. Well, guys, I'm sitting on the side of the seawall now. This is the part of the beach that has no sand that you can touch. This has all these rock formations to help the seawall to hold the sea back when the sea rises. But it's still a beautiful sight, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me okay, because I put my earphones on, trying to make it better for all of us to hear me, because I know it's more staticky when I'm on the beach. So guys, bear with me. If this doesn't come out clear enough, I promise I will repeat this poem when I get back to the house. Turn this around, y'all. Okay, y'all. And I know y'all like, oh, she wearing her hair today. Well, I washed my hair last night. And I said I was going to comb it out just so y'all can see my little cotton candy hair. It's growing, but it is so delicate. That's why I wear my head covering most of the time as a protective style. Y'all can see it's more salt than pepper. Hardly no pepper left, more just salt. But it is so soft, like cotton candy almost. I don't want me to be one of them little bald-headed old ladies, so I don't wear my hair that often. But today I just felt like sharing with y'all that yeah, I do comb my hair out sometimes, and once in a blue moon I'll wear my afro. But anyway, guys, let me read y'all this, because I think it's a good one after I read this for y'all to understand exactly how I feel about some stuff. And it's called We Wear the Mask. The author is Paul Lawrence Dunbar. And I took photos of it, and I will give you a link to the information. And it says, Paul Lawrence Dunbar, born 1872, and author of numerous collections of poetry and prose, and was one of the first African American poets to gain national recognition. So he was one of the first African American poets to gain national recognition. And can y'all believe it? Born in 1872. And this is what he writes. We wear the mask. We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. The debt we pay to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise and counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh the clay is vile beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask. And they say that the poem is public domain. So anyway, guys, I took a photo of the poem since it was public domain, so y'all be able to see it. And then y'all be able to download it if you want to. If not, you'll be able to see it on your phone. If you just look it up under photos, if you want to print it out, you can print it out that way, or you can go to the link and print it out. And now I'm just reading a summary and analysis from a page that says homemade cornbread, love and lemons. It says itcharts.com, and it says we wear the mask summary and analysis. It says We Wear the Mask was written by African American poet and novelist Paul Lawrence Dunbar in 1895. Like much of Dunbar's work, We Wear the Mask is a reaction to the experience of being black in America in the late 19th century, following the Civil War, a period when life seemed to have improved for blacks. Americans, yet in reality, was still marked by intense racism and hardship. Dunbar compares surviving the pain of oppression to wearing a mask that hides the suffering of its wearer while presenting a more joyful face to the world. All that said, the poem itself does not specifically mention race. Its message is applicable to any circumstances in which marginalized people are forced to present a brave face in order to survive in an unsympathetic, prejudiced society. Then it says, we wear the mask summary. We all wear a mask. You hear that? We all wear a mask that makes it look like we're happy. But that's a lie. The mask covers our cheeks and casts a shadow over our eyes. This mask is the price we pay for the fact that people are capable of such deceit. We smile despite feelings. We smile despite feeling as though our hearts have been broken and battered. We make thousands, excuse me, y'all. It says, we make thousands of careful little tweaks as we speak to others so as not to reveal our true selves. What use it would be for the rest of society to pay close attention to all the details of our suffering. No, society will only see us while our faces are hidden behind the mask. But even as we smile on the inside, we're crying out to God from the depths of our tortured souls. We sing, but the mud we must walk through is disgusting, and the mile through which we must walk feels so long. Despite all this, let the rest of society pretend that we're not suffering. Meanwhile, we'll keep wearing the mask. And y'all, I'm taking this in context of the times, but I realize that can be applied to today even. You know, it can be. Unfortunately, it can be applied. You have to think how we talk about underserved people and say how they're so sweet, how they're so nice, how we only see their smiling faces. Even if we're inside of their house and we are a guest, you're going to see the smiling face. Who is going to be crying and letting you know all their business when you are only a guest? You have no vested interest in their happiness, and you cannot empathize because you're only passing through. The only person who will suffer 100% is the person that's wearing that mask, that has to smile all the time. And all I can say is, these folks that's out here talking about other people using their survival skills, because that's what we wear the mask is about. Folks wearing their mask as a survival mechanism. And I don't care what anybody says. We are all descendants of survivors. Our ancestors had to have survived, number one, for us to be here. And even if some of them were brave, like my great-grandparents, and taught the children, and probably adults too, gave them an education, even though they knew that their lives might be at risk, and they did it anyway. Somebody had to have survived for us to be here. And yes, they wore the mask then, and yes, we wear the mask now. Even down to it literally being us wearing masks during COVID. I remember my friends and I used to laugh when we see people in different countries wearing masks because their countries were polluted. And we like, oh wow, that must be a nasty place that they got to go around everywhere wearing a mask, you know, just so they could breathe. And folks selling canned air and all of that, like a sci-fi movie. And then the next thing you know, like a bad sci-fi movie, we had a virus released by one way or another on us. And we too wore the mask, even though we didn't want to, and even though they changed their stories from, oh, you don't have to wear the mask unless you're in the medical field. You know, reserve the mask for the people in the medical field. Then they turn around and say, oh yeah, wear your mask and keep your distance. Then, oh, just keep your distance if you get your vaccine. Then, oh, if you get your vaccine and you're fully vaccinated, then you don't have to wear the mask. And we're going to put everybody on an honor system to if they wear the mask. And then probably the next step will be them having one of those passports where you have to have a biometric passport also that has all your vaccination records on it. And you won't be able to move from point A to point B unless you show them that record. So, what can I say? It's about conformity. It's about doing what it takes to survive, or doing what it takes to get your needs met, or trying to get your needs met. Because sometimes it's definitely not meeting the mark of getting your needs met. And what kills me is a lot of people talk about unity, but instead they try to break each other down with divisiveness and calling folks out of their name, because all they're doing is practicing their survival skills. The same survival skills that the people talking about them are exercising too. You know, nobody knows what they really think inside of their head. It's all about manipulating other people. And I will pray that folks stop. Just think about what you're doing. Don't go around calling other folks the C word, being judgmental, teaching other folks to think of anybody else in a negative way. Everybody has free will. Everybody. Free will is for everybody. And nobody can judge anybody else's worthiness to be in any public space. If it's their own private home, then yeah, you can tell anybody, don't come to my house, or don't come to my whatever. But to just generalize and scapegoat somebody for what you think of externally as a sign of weakness is weakness on your part. And it'll be weakness on my part to judge anyone. I don't encourage anybody to do anything negative to hurt anybody. I mean, anybody. And I definitely will not associate with people that I know are behaving in a way that does not coincide with my character or my belief systems. Habasia is not any missionary society. It will never be used to proselytize anybody. It will not be used to force anybody to believe anything that I believe. I respect everybody's belief systems, and I respect everybody's right to exercise free will and self-determination. Self-determination. I'm not anybody's God or goddess, and I I am not a fearmonger. And I also wanted to talk about this before I wrap it up. And it's about folks that contact me. And I'll be surprised how folks contact me, because if you watch my videos, I would appreciate you guys to make a comment on the video. On my videos, I in no way put my personal number on there for y'all to be trying to text me or call me. I ask you guys, if you want to become part of the Habasio family, to simply join my Patreon at any tier. And on my Patreon, I tell my Habasio family that they just need to let me know what plans they foresee for Habasio in the future, what projects that they can visualize inside of their heads, what volunteer position that they think that they could actually donate to the project, because no position at any time will be any paid positions. At no time anybody will be offered to come to stay with me for free. That is not gonna happen. As people become my Patreons and I move back, I plan on having at least a 2-3 bedroom place. And I'll be very selective on the Patreons that come and stay with me. And I guarantee you it won't be nobody who I've never seen their face, because I saw a brother last night on YouTube and he was expressing the same thing I did. He said that when they get together, even online, if somebody doesn't click on their camera, when they click on the link and they try to remain anonymous, that they cannot come and speak to their group. Because he said, if you don't turn on your camera, you're not welcome into the group, because it's like he's talking to a ghost. And me, I don't feel like I'm talking to a ghost, but I feel like it's just not a relationship build. You know, we're not building relationship. It's like if my face is out here, and I'm putting myself out here, y'all, like I said, every time, I get 0. And that's okay. I'm putting myself out here, face here. Whether I wear the mask that smiles, I'm still here, y'all. And y'all see me. Y'all see me. When people use all of these darn avatars, where the avatar is what? The ocean? How is the ocean somebody that I can bond with? How can I make a relationship with a picture of an ocean? How can I make a relationship with a seagull? How can I make a relationship with a picture of anything, any object? Even if it's a still picture of a anime character. Y'all be for real. Anybody that I'll build any relationship in person with, I guarantee you I'd have to see their face first. If I've never seen you, I've never seen a picture of you, that I know when I meet you in a public place first with my other friends, that we can recognize you, it's not gonna ever happen. You know, it's not gonna ever happen. Those avatars that have no human faces freak me out too. They don't remind me of any ghosts, but it just reminds me of somebody who for some reason is hiding behind what? A mask. And not even a mask that shins and grins, just a mask. So you don't even know who they are. You don't know who you're talking to. I like to see body language. You see how I am on this video? it's not just you seeing my face, you also seeing my body language, you know? Body language. So if I can't interact with somebody and see some body language, I will never have a relationship with them. When I did my ancestry, DNA, my own DNA cousins, like second, third cousins, I refused to interact with them any further until they posted a picture of them or they emailed a picture of themselves to me, because I cannot form relationships with people that I can't see their faces. I'm just not made like that, you know? So I'm just letting y'all know, y'all are free to do whatever y'all like, but nobody will ever be a part of Habasia that does not want their face seen by me or anybody else. Because whatever Habasia does will be transparent. Whatever Habasia is known for better be 100% on the up and up, and encouraging our brothers and sisters to self-sufficiency. I am not even going to establish any Habasia ever again in any country. Habasia is going to be the mother country excuse me, y'all. It'll be the mother non-profit that plants the seeds of community-based organizations amongst the communities and the motherland that actually want a community-based organization. You know, they want the community-based organization. They need the community-based organization. And we have enough money to seed it. Meaning, if all they need is a little money to register their organization, they only need a little money to set up their little accounts so they can accept donations. They need people to volunteer to help them set up systems that they can work through, that they already have the talent that it takes to create the crafts, or they easily can be taught some type craft or some other skill that's marketable and sustainable. That is what I want to be known for, just a seed planter, y'all. And that's what Habasia will be known for, to be a seed planter. And anybody else that comes into the group, that's Habasia. That is exactly what they have to do. It is not to proselytize anybody. It's no religion gonna be shared with anybody. No courses on that will ever be taught with Habasia. It is a secular organization that respects the rights of everybody to believe whatever they want and respect their rights to self-determination and to enjoy their choice and not to be judged, and definitely not to share with them any negativity from the United States. I'm not going over there telling them no scare the hell out of them story from the United States. They got their own problems. They don't need me carrying my negativity over there. I'm gonna share some good stuff. There's nothing wrong with sharing good stories. Like I said, if you watch a movie or infomercial or whatever, if they want you to buy it, they darn sure is not going to show you all the bad parts. And even if it's drugs that people merchandise, oh yeah, they going to tell you the side effects, but it's going to be so small, it's hard for you to read, and it's going to be so many pages that you just get frustrated to even try to read it. You're going to believe they summary even, you know? So just think before you share a story that your story is valid, it's appreciated, but try to think of what stories you're going to tell and how are you going to build your relationships. Yes, we wear the mask that shines and grins and smiles and all of that. That is nothing but a survival skill. And that is something that we, as descendants of people, whether they was enslaved or whether they was colonized, same difference. And this is a universal thing, y'all. Worldwide phenomenon. Yeah, lots of folks have been enslaved, not just Africans. But they don't just go around telling that story. And yeah, they was enslaved for like hundreds of years too. You know, it's just we gotta just study the histories of everything. You know, but it's your choice on what history you choose to study, and that's okay. You know, you also have a right to do whatever you want. But I'm just sharing, y'all. Y'all know I'm a Creole griotist, so I'm sharing my story. And I was encouraged yesterday to share this story. And I had to wait till the ancestors motivated me later that yes, I could do this story without using that trigger word that people use, where people think that you're trying to shoot them or whatever with your words, because they shooting people with their words. But all I can say is, y'all, UNITY, unity, y'all. Peace. I give you peace. Peace be unto you, and also with you. How about that beat, y'all? I just wanted y'all to have it in y'all mind as I close, because my cousin getting ready to graduate from high school, y'all. So I have to wrap this up. Yeah, she getting ready to graduate, and I'm gonna go to her graduation online in just a little less than an hour. So until next time, please don't spread any negative stories. The news does that enough. Think of what we have in common and how we can make each other stronger. Realize what sacrifices your ancestors did to keep themselves alive. And because they stayed alive, we're here. So until next time, guys, peace. Power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.